Welcome to episode 5. We started this fortnight in Lucky Bay, at the campground in Lucky Bay. We first moved the short distance to Cape Le Grand campground. That was only about a 20-minute drive. We had 5 days at Cape Le Grand. Then we moved, had an overnight stay basically in Norseman. From there we drove to Southern Cross and had an overnight stay there. And then we drove to Nongarran, which is where we are now, where we will finish this fortnight. We're currently in the Nongarran Heritage, Machinery and Army Museum. For this episode, over the past 2 weeks, we've driven 770 kilometres. And since we left home, we've done a total of 3,044. So that's it. Enjoy episode 5. Oh, this is Cape Le Grand campground. It's a depot site. It's about 15-20 minutes away from Lucky Bay. Much smaller. Just 14 sites here as opposed to the 50 something. But in a lot of ways it's a nicer campsite. Each bay has got sort of trees and shrubs between it. It feels a lot more private. It's nowhere near as open. The beach is a short walk. There is a path, which I'll show you in a minute. It's a short walk to the beach. Excellent toilet facilities. Sort of newly built toilets and showers. The showers are tiled nicer than ours at home. They're nicer showers. Yeah, good campsite. Cape Le Grand campsite. Unless we went back to Lucky Bay and got a coffee there, which is about 20 minutes drive, I guess, where the nearest coffee is in Esperance. So sometimes we have to make our own. We'll have instant coffee occasionally, but when I feel like it, I get the mocha pot and the milk frother, and we make some decent coffee here. So I'm going to run through what we do to make some decent coffee. We don't grind our own beans. We buy ground coffee. This is just a medium roast Lavazza. We're coming to the end of that one, so we'll have to find something else. So that's what we're going to use. We've just got the bog standard mocha pot. Both our pot and the milk frother we use are Bialetti, an Italian company. Really pleased with these. So they're the ones we prefer to use. So just a standard mocha pot, we just fill this as full as we can up to the valve with water. That's about it. We put coffee, about 4 spoons for the 2 of us, 4 teaspoons into the filter thing. Fairly heaped spoons. We don't pack it down because we're not dealing with the sort of pressures you deal with in a coffee machine, which can deal with packed down coffee. So it's fairly loose in there. Just another one for look, and just spread it around so it's even, but we're not packing it down. All right. Then we add the top on. And that's ready to go. But before we go any further, we need to get the milk ready. Now, I've got one of these, a bigger one of these pots at home, and I know exactly how far to fill it up with milk to get the right amount. I haven't sussed that out yet, so I kind of measure it out every time. So I basically do 2 half cups of milk, stick them in. We use these smaller cups for this coffee because we prefer it a bit stronger and then a bit less of it. And you need a thermometer, so you need to know when your milk is the right temperature. We just stick that on there, and then we get them on the stove and we get them going. Okay, so both the coffee and the milk are on the stove. We don't have an inverter to run a 240 volt milk heater and frother, so we use one on the stove. The thermometer tells us what the temperature of the milk is. We need it to get about 65 degrees. You don't want it to boil or to get too hot. But the knack is getting them to be done at about the same time. I think I've just about got that down pat now. So this is basically it's a stove top milk heater, and then you use this for frothing the milk, and I will demonstrate that in a bit. The coffee's just starting to come through now. The milk is at about 55 degrees, so should be good. Okay, you can hear the coffee. It's just finishing off. Just turn it down so it doesn't burn. Close the lid. The milk is at about the right temperature. Just turn that down.
we've got all the coffee through, I'll turn that off and I'll froth the milk. Shame you can't smell it. Okay, we'll call that quits. Turn this one off. Get rid of the thermometer. Okay. So the frother just fits in. And I normally do this in the sink, but I don't think you'll see that. And then you just need to pump it a few times. Not too hard, otherwise it comes out the top. Alright. Now, I normally give, Helen likes her coffee a bit stronger, so I give her a little bit more. That's about it there. Right, let's check this milk. Needs a bit more. Again, you can always come back and froth it a bit more after. Okay, still not quite getting the milk right, got a bit of milk left there, which is a bit of a waste, never mind. So, there you go. One homemade coffee with hot milk. Alright, so we're in the caravan today. It's a bit miserable, it's grey and wet, it's a bit drizzly, a bit like English drizzle today. It was supposed to be sunny spells, but we've not seen any of that yet. It's not a big caravan to spend a whole day in, but we may well have to. We've just had some crumpets. Helen's with butter and jam, mine with butter and white pepper. Yeah, I know, try it first. So Helen's over there. She is editing her book Under the Boab Tree, which will be her first published novel when it gets all finished. As you can see outside, it's all a bit grey and miserable. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do, but if it brightens up, maybe we'll go for a walk. Earlier we were reduced to watching a DVD that we found in the camp kitchen, a DVD starring Nicole Kidman and Sandra Bullock. So first comment to identify the movie, you'll get a celebratory mention in the next episode. So Sandra Bullock, Nicole Kidman, what was the film that we watched? It was rubbish, by the way. If it brightens up, maybe we'll go for a walk and we'll show you some of that. Right, Cape Le Grand campground. Can't see, well you can just see the top of it.
See the top.
It's next to the toilet block. Not a bad day today, rained a bit this morning, still pretty cloudy. Bit of blue sky over those islands over there. And it's quite warm. It's quite humid.
Frenchman's Peak.
There's an idiot down there up to his waist in the ocean. And then the pimple of Frenchman's Peak is just over there. Not that you can see it very well with this lens. I think you need to move. Coming through there.
We'll go past.
That's it. That's it. Take your baby with you.
Hello, welcome to this week's episode of Worth Its Weight. Now, I'm very sorry about this, but I'm going to dedicate this episode to Moral Napier. The dedication and the subject matter will probably cost us his subscription, but there you go. All right, so this week's Worth Its Weight in Gold are cheapo Crocs. Moral loves Crocs. These are the cheap Rivers ones. They're about $10 each. They are a hell of a lot more expensive than proper ones. And we bought them because we thought that they would be useful to walk across wet grass and ground and stuff to the toilets in the caravan. But they're big and they're bulky, and we didn't know, so we thought we'll just take them, we'll see, we'll chuck them if they're no good. But they've actually proved to be really, really useful because we just put them underneath the step of the caravan. I do tap them to check there's no scorpions and stuff getting in them, anyway, or spiders. But we just use them to walk across the campsite, and they're, these campsites, particularly the deep pool ones, are gravel ones, and they're mucky, it's really dusty. And it saves our feet and shoes, and then we can just rinse them and chuck them in. So they have been very useful. These will probably survive the year.
This is Southern Cross campsite. It was lovely weather when we got here yesterday. We needed the aircon on. It was stinking hot, sunny. This morning, it looks like we're going to have a thunderstorm. I can hear thunder in the distance. We've not really had anything here yet. But it's quite a nice campsite. It's $35. We're parked right behind the new kitchen area. There's also a new toilet block over there. Helen's just had a shower. Very nice toilets, very nice showers. Yeah, nice kitchen area. The TV, microwave, everything that you need. Free barbecues. There's also free Wi-Fi here. Laundry in there, which we used extensively yesterday. Did a complete wash of everything. Had both these washing lines on the go. Yeah, nice little campsite. But we're going to get moving because we want to get ahead of this storm.
Hello, welcome to this week's Coffee and Cake. We've done a fair amount of research over the last couple of weeks, you'd be pleased to know, and we've got the biggest range of coffee standards that we've had so far, from the truly abysmal to the pretty good.
We're not going to identify the poor ones. I don't think that's fair. But yeah, we had some pretty awful coffee this fortnight. We've been to two in Esperance. We've been to the Downtown Espresso Bar in Esperance, and then directly opposite on the other side of the road is the Breakaway Cafe. We also went to the Yilgarn Coffee Lounge in Southern Cross. We went to Weber's Rural in Nungarin, which is where we are now. not this, and we went to the Wild Poppy in Merredin. So the winner of the coffee and cake for this fortnight
Is the Downtown Espresso Bar in Esperance, because it was really good, strong, smooth coffee. Rob's got some reservations.
the coffee was good. Yeah, I'm not disputing that. It was a bit sort of a bit hipstery, a bit man bun. Not many places to sit down. I think they expect you to have your takeaway coffee thingy that you take in, and they fill up for you, and you go and drink it somewhere else. So there wasn't really much of an atmosphere of people sitting down enjoying the coffee. It was all a bit too hipstery, and we were too old probably.
By about 20 years.
But yeah, apart from that, the coffee
But
was good.
it was the winner.
Great donut, and it was definitely the winner. The Downtown Espresso Bar in Esperance.